All right, and back again for another review, Lexi Vapes. And also another shout out to the people at XL Vapes. I went there today. I did a buy one, get one free. So I got the Vupu the dry guys that I just reviewed. I paid for that, got the Nord 2 free, which was a really great deal. My wife already owns the Nord 2. I've had the chance to hit it a few times, and I like how it's very discreet. It's one of those ones that you can kind of carry around easily in your pocket. And although it's not the hardest hitting vape, doesn't give you the biggest clouds out of all of them, it's definitely really good at, like, say you just wanted to hit a vape real fast. It's definitely just convenient. So I got the pretty one. It's not the pretty one. The pretty one is definitely the rainbow style one, because like the gayest colored one is always the prettiest one. But seeing as they didn't have it, I went with this. I'm trying to remember which one this is called. It is the red stabilizing wood, and I mean it looks really nice. It has like reds and purples. It almost looks like shell to me. Instead of a wood, it looks like a shell. I think it's definitely a pretty texture. My wife has the basic black and gold one because she's a basic bitch. But I'm actually going to gift her this one after the video. Yeah, I just called you basic. That's all they had when I bought it for her. So she got stuck with the black and gold, and she's really been wanting a different color. So I'm going to take over her black and gold one as my little carry around pod mod. And of course, I'm not paid to review any of these things. I go out, I buy them with my own money. Of course, I would love to be paid to review, but I would still give an honest review either way. Sorry, you can't pay for my opinion. So the Smok is pretty easy. Right out the box, you get, it's bare basic. You got your little mod, and you got two different ones here. One I want to say is, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. I know one's mouth to lung, which I believe was this one. Yeah. I'm 90% sure this is the mouth to lung one. We're about to look real fast because, like I said, usually you can see on the thing which one you're looking at. This is the 0.8, so this is the mouth to lung. And now these have to click in a very specific way. You have to actually line it up where it's front to back with this little line for it to push in. With the Vupu I did earlier, it doesn't really matter. You could push that thing in any direction you wanted. And this one is the non-mouth to lung. So like this is kind of more the feel of a cigarette in a way. You could just, and then pull it into your mouth and then into your lungs. Whereas this is more of a direct to lung pod. I'm gonna do minor testing on both real quick. Before I charge this one as well. I actually have the Vupu sitting on the charger now. Although I don't really know why I have it charging. I honestly have, that battery should be full. It is full. It's 100%. I forgot, like, this doesn't use an internal battery. It's 18650 and I keep my 18650s charged. So we're good there. Just give me a moment while I put everything up. There we go. Preventing underage use. According to U.S. laws, regulations, the minimum age of vaping and e-cigarettes is 21 and older. Yes, kids, do not start smoking or vaping. You'll end up having heart problems, wearing a heart monitor like I'm having to do. It is not a fun time. That's actually why I'm down to 0 milligrams on most of the things that I've bought. Just because at this point, it's mostly for flavor and to keep me from going back. So, and I have no shame in being honest about that, But let's see. So this is our non-mouth to lung. And I really want to try a different flavor, but I want to review these new ones that I've gotten off of my little RDA over here, which we'll get to in a minute. By the way, Geek Vape RDAs, I have 2 of them. Both of them are amazing. This one's a mouth to lung one, and it's satisfying. it's definitely satisfying. And I hear those aren't even the best RDAs on the market, but for what I paid and what they had in stock at the time, they are definitely amazing. But first, we're gonna go with. I'm just gonna go with the regular melon berries, the non-iced form. And this is the direct lung pod, I want to say. And I'm trying to find what I did. Okay, there we go. And I got my little charger, so after this video, I can make sure that this is charged up, ready to go. So that way, when my wife decides, hey, I really want to do this, we'll do it. So, all right, and I already have one of these, the mouth-to-lung ones, set up. So we're just going to put this in the drawer over here. This will be for something else later as I go grab my mouth-to-lung that I already filled up in the drawer. That other one, that Voopoo has me buzzing. I haven't been hitting any nicotine. There was still some nicotine in that one, so it has me buzzed really hard right now. Anyways, so this is the mouth to lung. This one, my wife, as I said, already has a Nora too. So I have many replacement pods and coils and all types of stuff already in a drawer. This was my specific one for whenever I was just stealing hers for a minute. So I'm just going to click it in. We're just going to test this out. This is the mouth to lung. If it won't click in. A little hard to click, but it's there. And I don't know why it was set to such a low wattage, but here we are. Okay, I got it to 25 right now, so. See, it's very light. It's almost like, this is closer to hitting a cigarette, in my opinion. Very light smoke. This is very discreet. This is definitely something like, you know, don't do this at work, but you could technically probably sneak off to the side at work and hit this, and there's not going to be this massive cloud of vape juice to give you away that you're, you know, smoking at work or vaping at work. So if you work inside somewhere and you're able to just real fast, definitely a great mod for that. So just very basic. It's very light smoke. It's very good though. It does keep a lot of the flavor, which is wonderful. I want to say this is the watermelon that I have in here, and it literally tastes like I just bit into a watermelon. So give it one more. But yeah, as you can tell, the smoke's not really super heavy. It dissipates pretty quickly. But like I said, for me, like if I was, you know, in a place where I was trying to discreetly hit a vape, this would definitely be the one. The only downside to the Nord kits that I've found personally is getting these things out of it is so hard. Like, I mean, that I guess it's great in some ways because you know you're not losing it. It's clicked in. You don't have to worry about a magnet that no longer sticks. Like, this thing gets in there. But the downside is when you want to remove it, it can be a little bit of a pain to swap between. So points for the fact that I give them points for the fact that it's not going to just pop out, but I take away some points for the fact that it's not exactly easy to get out. I could break a nail. I could literally break a nail doing it. So, but I got we got the other little mod that they have for the kit. These are the two that come in the kit specifically that I'm hitting. They have different ones. They even have a rebuildable atomizer, which I think is pretty cool. I might end up buying it one day because I like building my own a little bit. It's fun, you know, to just kind of, it's not necessarily convenient, but it's definitely fun. So we're just going to put little drops of juice on these to get it a little wet. You got to get it wet before you stick it in. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. My wife over here had her whole mouth drop open. But it's true. You have to get it a little wet before you stick it in sometimes. It's just how it goes. You know? Otherwise, just going in dry. So, and this channel is not for kids. It is listed as not for kids. So, it is not for kids. Alright? If you are, you know, not 21 or older, don't watch my channel. You're in the United States. You can't even get this stuff anyway. So, don't worry about it. You know? So, this is not for you. Alright. This could be so convenient. Actually having different like kits and stuff where I can just kind of go around and change between is just so nice. Alright. So as I've said before, thanks XL City for hooking me up with some great stuff today. They're actually the ones that got me into the Coastal Clouds. This one is the Melon Berries. And I like it and the ice version. They're both some of my go-tos. I hope I have enough in here to really make a good vape hit real fast. We're about to see. And as you notice, click. And that's how you know it clicks into place. And it makes a very audible click. So this is the more direct to lungs. So you're not going to pull it into your mouth first. It's just straight to your lungs. So here we go. I have it at 25 watts, which I forgot to mention. I believe this one goes to 40, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1 to 40 watts. Which, why you would want to hit anything on 1 watt, I don't know. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But it can go as low as 1 watt. Much larger clouds for the direct to lung. You can actually tell, like when I hit that it was just massive clouds compared. It loses a little bit of flavor in comparison. I think I had a little more flavor off of the mouth to lung pod. But overall, like if you're going for more for the clouds, like cloud chasing in a direct to lung type pod, this is definitely the way to go over the mouth to lung. So, whereas if you're going straight for flavor, so far it seems the mouth to lung is the winner, but we're going to see. We're going to hit it again. Yeah, see? Like, I mean, of course it's not as big of a cloud as like the Vupu. Actually I have, it's still right here. So we're just going to kind of do a little comparison here. So, let's see. And I'm going to set my Vupu to 25 watts so it's comparable. So. That's the Vupu at 25 watts. That's actually really good. And then this one at 25 watts. So yeah, I definitely think the Vupu I got a little bit more of a cloud with, but the Vupu also has it where I can control how much air flow goes to it, whereas this is pretty much set in stone. Your airflow chambers are on the side and there's no way to really change them. So as far as a very lightweight kit, this is something you could carry anywhere. Your pocket, it's not heavy. I mean, it is so light that I definitely see this as being like, if I was going to work and just wanted to be able to, you know, take a 2-minute smoke break, this would be much better for it than something like this because of just heaviness. Whereas if I was not at work, I was out and about though, this is definitely more of my, I would just carry it around out and about. And this is definitely my at-home mod. I think it's actually pretty comparable. It's a little heavier in weight just because of the tank on top and the fact that it carries 2 batteries. But this is definitely more of an at-home. This is something I would hit if I was just sitting here in front of the computer. So I'm definitely glad to have 3 different types of systems. 2 of them are pod systems, and 1, of course, is your standard mod kit. So, which is pretty cool to have. So, but altogether, that's what we got. And now after this, I'm going to be testing out some flavors. So, you know, feel free to check out the next video. if you like what I'm doing, feel free to subscribe, and I'm going to continue making more videos and testing out different things. So, all right, thank y'all for watching.